Welcome to another financially fabulous episode. I'm Limor, and I'm going to show you how to crush it with your finances. In today's episode, I'm going to talk to you about the RRSP Home Buyers Plan. Come on, this will be fabulous. The RRSP Home Buyers Plan is a great opportunity to actually use some of the money that you've got in your retirement, because hopefully you're stashing money away there every month for your retirement, but there's a few instances where you can actually take that money out of your retirement fund to fund a milestone or something that is happening in your life. And one of those instances is when you buy your first home. Now, I should give the caveat and say that a first-time home buyer, for the purpose of qualifying for the RRSP Home Buyers Plan, is actually a little bit different. Definition is, as it stands today, is if you or your spouse, common law or otherwise, are living in a home that neither of you actually own for the last 4 years, then you can qualify. So if you owned a home in the past and then you rented for 4 or 5 years and then you decided to buy again, you may be able to requalify. But I recommend you check with your accountant. For the most part, if you are a first-time home buyer, you are going to qualify. Now, the first-time home buyers plan is set up such that you can actually take $25,000 as of now in 2017. You can take $25,000 out of your RRSP tax-free, so you're not actually paying any tax on borrowing that money from yourself, and you can use it towards your purchase. So you can use it towards your down payment or your closing costs, but you will have to prove that you're actually purchasing a property. Now, one of the advantages of doing this is that, of course, when you put money into your RRSP, you are experiencing tax deferral. So when you make a good income and then you put money in your RRSP, you end up getting a nice lump sum in your tax returns. So if you're making a good amount of money and you're paying taxes every year, so not if you're making like, I don't know, $10,000 or $15,000 a year, but if you're making, over $40,000 a year and you're paying money in taxes, if you take that money that you were going to be using towards your down payment and you put it into your RRSP first, you'll have a tax benefit in your refund now, and then you'll still be able to use that money, the $25,000 from your RRSPs, towards the purchase of your first property. Now, when you're borrowing that money from your RRSPs, and you really are borrowing it because you need to return it over a 15-year period, every single year you need to return a certain amount. So typically the calculation is, if I'm going to borrow the full $25,000 over the 15-year period, I'll probably end up paying about $1,666 and some cents every single year for the next 15 years. So it's important to remember that, because in future years you will have to pay that back by way of making a contribution to your RRSP. Now, I believe when you return that money, it doesn't impact your contribution room, but for your specific nuances, I definitely recommend that you talk to your accountant. Now, where I see home buyers making mistakes is because, if they're not contributing to their RRSP regularly, but they are making good money, and their family and their family is going to give them a contribution towards buying their house, it's worthwhile getting that contribution in advance and then putting the $25,000, if you're going to max it out, inside your RRSPs, so that you have the benefit of the tax sheltering up front, and you can get some money in your tax return, and then you can still use that money for your down payment or for purchasing your home. But you do have to remember that the money does have to be inside of your RRSPs for at least a full 3 months, so 90 days before the closing date, to make sure that it actually counts and you don't have tax repercussions when you take the money out for your purchase. Now, you may be wondering, should I pay back that full amount earlier? And the truth is, it's like an interest-free loan. So you're not actually benefiting from paying it back faster. That brings me to my tweetable today. When it comes to paying back your RRSP Home Buyers Plan, there's no benefit to paying it back early. When you pay it back, there really is no benefit. It's an interest-free loan, and so, you may not have to pay it in the future, but if you aren't being charged any interest, you might as well pay the minimum amount that you're required to every single year, and have that extra money for the choices of what you want to do with your life, contribute to any of your other savings, or maybe some renovations on the actual property. So my challenge to you is, if you are planning to purchase your first home, yay, super exciting, but make sure that you have maxed out your RRSPs up to the $25,000 so that you can in fact take it out and use it towards your home purchase and have that tax benefit. Just remember, it's got to be in there for a full 90 days before you take it out so you don't run into any of those tax challenges. Did you like this video? Did you learn something? Subscribe to my channel. It's free. And if you want even more tips and tricks to make your finances fun and exciting, come on over to limor.money. I've got lots of great resources for you to download for free. Remember, I'm not here to change who you are or how you live your life. I just have strategies to make you even more financially fabulous. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Till then, stay fabulous. You know what one of my girlfriends says that RRSP stand for? Retire real slow, please. So you might as well take that money out and use it for your home buyer's plan and get a head start.